Hello, dolls and accessories. I'm your host, Kelly, and this is Barbie Talk.
Barbie Talk with Kelly and Pink.
Today's guests are the creative duo behind Flip and Debbie Create on Instagram, where miniatures, vintage style, and Barbie imagination all come together in the most incredible way. From custom 1/6 scale furniture and accessories to detailed room setups and photography, they've built a world where every Barbie scene feels alive. Let's bring in this talented husband and wife team to talk all about it. Please welcome Flip and Debbie. Hi, guys. Welcome to Barbie Talk.
Hi, Kelly. It's so great to see you and talk to you for real.
Yes, it's so nice to meet. I'm glad we were able to make this work. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. You guys are super busy preparing for convention. So we got to get started here because there's no time, right?
That's true.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how your relationship with Barbie started.
I've always loved Barbie. I loved Barbie my whole childhood. And then when I turned 17, I was like, okay, I'm too old for this. I didn't realize there was this whole Barbie community out there. So I gave my dolls away. And then I met Flip, and he collected his old toys from when he was a kid. And I was like, that's so cool. And then we used to go to Toys R Us together. He would go look at like Transformers and all the boy toys. And I would go look at the Barbies. And then finally he was like, why don't you just buy one? And I was like, I don't know, like, would that be weird? And he was like, no. And so then he bought me my first collectible Barbie, which was Barbie as Snow White. Yeah, it was really cute. I no longer have her because my taste has completely changed, but you know how that goes.
It changes over time, but isn't that so sweet to find a partner who supports?
Yeah, we support each other's crazy, so, you know.
Yeah, but that's awesome. That's awesome.
Whenever he's like, okay, Barbie, like, that's enough. I'm like, you started it.
You're the problem, Flip. You're the problem. She was over. That's okay. If it brings you joy, that's all that matters, right?
Right.
So where are you guys from? Where do you reside?
Oh, we live in Maine. We live in Saco, which was like southern Maine.
So Flip, what did you collect? Transformers? What else?
I mean, I collected comic books, but as well, the Transformers as well. I like a lot of the vintage Transformers. I love that license since I was a kid. Yeah, I always just kept them around because I just love them. And I bought stuff, you know, up through the 90s and stuff. And then when I met her, you know, I just kind of encouraged her to, you know, just get in touch with her inner child, even though it never left, really, I'd say.
It's a great way of saying it, your inner child. Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. So tell everybody a little bit then, how did this creating, like you guys have an Instagram, Flip and Debbie Create. How did that come to be? How did you guys start creating things for Barbie?
It was actually the Orlando convention that he decided to go with me. It was his second or third convention. I'm not sure. Actually, my friend Kathy was like, you guys got a 3D printer. Can you make these Mickey Mouse ears? So we were like, oh, that would be so cool. And I think it would be like a cool gift that people could buy for each other. And so that's where it started. That was the first thing we actually made. And then from there, we just kind of like, we took these to convention. They did really well. And we were like, wow, this is kind of cool. We can actually help offset the cost of convention, right? So, and then we started making our vases, which are really popular. They sell all the time. Like, I would think everybody has one by now, but they still sell. So these are some of the little mid-century mod vases that we make. They come in different colors, but this is the orange one and that little yellow one. I like vintage mostly. Like, it took me a while to get to vintage, but now I'm like obsessed with vintage. And I like making dioramas. So that's why we started doing the little vases. And it was something small we could take because we had to fly to convention. So that's what we originally started doing, was just small little things to sell.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like the packing small because of convention, which we will talk convention in a little bit because I've got lots of questions to ask you guys about convention. But do you have a first doll there that you ever got that you could share?
Well, it's not really actually, I mean, I got this doll when I was a kid and I loved her. And this is Pink and Pretty Barbie.
Oh, look at her.
I know you probably have her because you also love the 80s. I mean, this isn't my original doll because she's long gone, but I played with this doll so much and I love the fact that you could like mix and match. It was like the best.
Yeah, isn't that so awesome when they're like versatile that way, right? Like you can do different things with them. Yeah, I don't think a lot of us have our original dolls. If we do, to me, that's like a blessing because they're long gone. You've moved, or like you said, you're like, I'm too old for this, and you kind of move on. But isn't it nice as an adult? We make adult money and we can start buying our childhood toys.
Exactly.
It's true. Do you want to see my first doll?
Yes. Oh, yes, Flip. I'm sorry. How rude of me.
It's not a Transformer. I know I collect Transformers and stuff, but this is a one-of-a-kind doll that I made because I filmed a little video for our anniversary, and this is my clown doll, which I don't want to derail the interview, but I was a professional birthday party clown for over 20 years. So this is the Flip the Clown doll, which I used in the video. And he's been around the house. Mike Dawson came to visit, and he saw him, and he just took like a zillion pictures of him. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, that's my first doll. He's been just sitting on a shelf for years now. So,
wow. At first, I thought, is that Ronald McDonald? So is that how you used to dress? Is this where the Flip name came from?
Yes.
Ah, the mystery, people. The mystery has been solved. Well, that's awesome. And the fact that you made that is fantastic. What's it like running a business as, like a husband-wife duo team? Tell everyone a little bit about that.
So we actually worked together for quite a few years at a restaurant before we started our real careers. So we're kind of used to working together, and we feed off each other a lot. Like I come up with the ideas usually, like, oh my God, I want to make this. And then he'll be like, okay. And then he'll program it and kind of like figure out the design. Then he'll print it. And I'll be like, well, can you make this a little bit different here and a little bit different there? Add this. And then, we do a lot of prototypes till I'm happy with the product. And then we start producing it.
Yeah, we're both really creative people. She draws and paints and stuff like that. And I pour my creative energies into other projects and stuff, but we do collaborate really well together. And like she said, I'm the more technical side. She's more good taste. I'm also colorblind, so I don't trust anything as far as that goes, as far as the palettes and everything. I'm always double checking things with her.
Well, isn't that such a great duo? And this is the thing, like I can tell this is not a podcast on marriage and relationships, but you guys, I could see you guys genuinely like each other. And that's really important. Because if you don't, that sort of collaboration just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And we're going to see more of your work here in a little bit. And you can see how that collaboration just comes out in your work, which is awesome. I started following you guys because I saw that you went live with Beth, Barbie and Buddy. She was showcasing this beautiful vintage, almost like a replica. I thought it was the real fashion boutique. Yeah. The vintage fashion boutique. And I thought, wow, where'd she get her hands on that? And as the live went on, it was not. It was actually a replica that you guys made. She took us through all of the details, the chairs, all of it, all the little details, all the little accessories. Walk us through and maybe show us those pieces as you're talking about it. How did you guys make that? What was the process? How long did it take? Tell us a little bit about that.
We were having the New England Doll Club meeting here at my house. We were hosting, and I came up with a theme of shopping. So we usually come up with a theme, and everybody brings their dolls dressed for whatever the theme is. And so mine was shopping, and I was like, I have the vintage shop, and I was like, it's not big enough. It didn't take up enough space to take up, for everybody's dolls to go in. So I was like, ooh, could we 3D print another shelf unit? Which is, can you see the vintage shop over there?
Yeah, I can see it.
So there was a shelving unit there that has the purses and everything on it. So that's what we started with, was the shelf unit, which is right here's the new one. So I just wanted that to make my shop a little bit bigger. So then Mike saw it and he was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And we were just sitting here talking and playing. And he was like, what if you did the whole shop? And I was like, oh my God, it's genius. It would be so cool if we did the whole shop. So it kind of just snowballed from there. Yeah. And then we made it on a whim. And everybody was freaking out about it. So
it wasn't really on a whim. It is months of design.
Yeah.
Figuring things out and printing prototypes and getting things just right. Because we did these chairs, which we're quite proud of, actually. This is kind of a riff on the original chair, which is
I got it
right there.
Oh, it's nice.
This is the original chair.
From the 60s. It's made out of cardboard.
So they're kind of janky. They don't sit quite right.
But this is the one that we 3D printed and designed and put all together. And we had to sort the right colors and get the gold filament that looks just right. And so
My
Wow.
favorite piece in the shop is the display, because my vintage one, it falls over. Like you put all the stuff in there and then it just like tips forward, and then all the stuff that you have on display falls over and you're like, oh no. So this one is like got plexiglass on it. So it really holds up. It's solid. It's not going to move on you. It's not going to tip over. So that's my favorite piece so far.
I'm trying to keep my jaw like I literally have to like pick it up off the floor. Okay, so obviously the process from like design and making prototypes, once you guys got it locked down, how long does it take to print one of the cabinets or the display case? Like how long does it take to print one piece?
The fashion shop takes a long time.
Yeah.
It takes about 4 days to print every single piece. And then we have to like glue things together, cut the plexiglass. There's a lot of work involved. So I would say total time to print the fashion shop is about 5 days.
That's crazy. And I know that you're actually going to have a few at convention, which again,
Yes.
I'm going to pause on convention, but I like to throw little teasers that we're going to talk convention because those pieces will be at convention.
Yes.
I also had the chance to interview Mr. Mike Dawson. So he showed us a couple pieces that you also made for him, like the bar cart. Is there any other pieces there that you could show us?
Yeah. So we have the bar cart here.
This is the hidden bar, we call it. So
Hidden bar.
it's like mid-century mod. Like Deb had sent me a bunch of pictures of stuff. She's always sending me pictures of stuff like, oh, we need to make this. Oh, we need to make this. And so I had to figure out the sliding door technology here. So it opens up and then you've got a bookshelf. Oh, that's nice and classy, but wait a second. You turn it around and you've got a little bar in here. And there's mirrors that are going to go on the back here, actually. So this is not completely complete. But we had to source a bunch of like little liquor bottles to go in there and a bunch of little glasses and stuff. And those will slide in right at the top there. But yeah.
I love it. This reminds me of a piece that I would see like at my aunt's house.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Even in the late 80s, because she still had her furniture from the 70s. Like, why would she get rid of this piece? I absolutely love that. How long does it take to make something like that?
This one of these, it takes about half a day to print. But there's also assembly and making sure everything's right. And
Yeah, because it prints in separate pieces and then you have to kind of put it together, glue it.
Especially the rotating part, right? Like the rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
We spent a long time like trying to source, like, because we were going to put some glasses and bottles in there. It's amazing how much of a challenge it can be to track down something that looks just right. And these are actually Gloria liquor bottles, which is kind of like a Barbie knockoff, but they work. So
Awesome. I actually have I got them like off AliExpress, like a bunch of like alcohol bottles and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
we tried that too.
is there something like a unique piece that you have there or something you're currently working on that you could share?
At convention, I'm going to be teaching a workshop on our go together chairs, which is kind of similar to the original vintage ones, but this is what it looks like. It comes apart, and these are actually 3D printed as well, and then you just upholster it with like glue. And so I'm going to do teaching a class. I have like, I don't know how many different design fabrics, so people will be able to come in, grab the fabric that they want. There'll be some pre-made pillows that people will have to stuff. And then there's 3 different colors that the chair comes in. It's white, black, and brown. So they'll get to choose whichever chair color they want and kind of customize their own chair.
Wow, that's unbelievable. So you guys have an Etsy shop, is that correct?
Yeah, it's just Flip and Debbie Create on Etsy.
Awesome.
All one word.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to be shopping there very soon. I was just on Mike Dawson's shop and made a purchase. So I will be
nice.
on
Nice.
your. Yeah. How do you guys decide what you're going to make next? Where does it come from?
It usually comes from things that I want.
Yeah. The ideas never stop. We get inspiration from like older toys and stuff like that, but also just inspiration from looking at mid-century mod furniture online and things like that. Like this table here, this actually is a prototype. We call this the tri-table plant stand, technically. This is a prototype, so it's stuck together, but we're going to make it so it comes apart, so you can pop off the top, pop off the middle, and you can switch up shapes and colors and things like that. So
So people will be able to come into our room and decide like what color top they want, what color middle, what color bottom. And there's different shapes too, so they can do triangular, oval, whatever they want.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
So
it's going to be a crazy place in our room.
five different shapes, 6 different colors, because, Barbie loves options. So,
Of course, because today she might want this color and tomorrow she's changing her mind and she's refurnishing her whole dream house.
Right?
The fact that you guys allow people to customize, it's not just like, here it is, we've made this, it's 3 shelves, it's orange, brown, and white. It's like, no, which colors do you want? That's fantastic. You know what I did see on your Etsy shop that I'm interested in is the luggage that you guys make.
Oh, yeah. We have some of that. Yeah, they're in the packages, so I don't know how well you'd be able to see them, but they're all packaged up for convention. So I'll take one out and just kind of show it. But they're 3 pieces. There's a hat box. It looks like this. And it has a little strap so Barbie can put it over her shoulder. And then there is the purse piece that she can put on her other shoulder.
Goodness, I love
And then there's the actual suitcase, which looks like this. And we have like a bunch of different designs. And actually, Mike Dawson designed some specific paper for them, which I have a couple of his designs, which I haven't released yet because I'm saving it for convention. But he did a Color Magic version.
Oh,
so it looks like the vintage fabric. This one's my favorite. It kind of like looks like candy, but it also says Barbie on it. And then it has like the black and white stripe kind of throwback to vintage.
I love it.
I know. Aren't they fun?
I love it.
And this one's my favorite. It's got cat heads on it.
That's cute. I like the cats. That's sweet. Mm-hmm.
The theme of this convention is travel. So I was like, we got to make luggage sets.
Very smart. Yeah, well, I mean, again, if you guys can fit me in your luggage, I'll just squeeze in there. It'll be fine.
You can squish in with the suitcases.
And stuff like that.
Actually, we're driving ananyway, so you can totally fit.
You guys are driving? Oh, this is, I remember the story.
Are you on the way?
Yeah, you just cross. No, you're fine. You can cross the border, come all the way to Toronto, and we'll make our way back. I spoke to Beth last year. She made quite the purchase, a dream home of some sort. And she talked about like, can I put this in your car? And you guys were like, of course. And you guys drove it back whenever you came back. And so that's very, very sweet.
Yeah. I think we had more Beth stuff than we had our own stuff at that point.
Yes.
Our car was really full.
And how long does it take to print the little miniatures, like some purses and a luggage?
The luggage doesn't actually take long to print, but I have to cut out the paper and glue that on and then put all the little pieces, like the handles are separate. So you have to glue those on and put it all together. So yeah, I was like a couple months ago, pretty much every weekend I was making them, and I have about 175 made now.
Yeah, we live in a factory pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can imagine. Like how you guys store everything. Like, where do you keep all your supplies?
All in boxes all throughout our whole house.
I can imagine. Do you have a doll? It doesn't have to be a doll. It could be something Barbie related that has a memorable story behind it.
I can show you a doll that I have that has a memorable story.
I would love to see more of your dolls, Flip.
I attend Barbie convention with her, and the first time I went, I was just kind of there to carry heavy things and do stuff. But, I'm a creative, and I love communities that are creative, and Barbie convention is just that on steroids. So I ended up having a blast, actually. It was really cool. Went to different lectures about stuff and just met really interesting people. But everybody had a travel doll. So I said, I need a travel doll of my own. And I made one. I took a Ken and I cut his hair off and stuff to give him a cool hairstyle. And he looked terrible. He was just...
Because you could see the plugs.
Yeah, I named him Luke, but Luke is no longer... I don't know where Luke went. He's gone. But anyway, I made
Victoria and Stanley.
So yes, I had my my personal manager set me up with a doll to... this is Stanley.
So Stanley is quite popular on your Instagram page. One of my questions was actually going to be, who's Stanley and Victoria?
Yeah.
So Stanley became my travel doll, and I'd hang him on my lanyard as I'm walking around, and people would just laugh at him constantly. Poor Stanley. But yeah, he's a reproduction Ken that has a flocked hair, and I just took sandpaper to his hair to give him a proper headline or a hairline. But yeah. Stanley's pretty much the only doll that I own. I mean, I have the Flip doll, but Stanley's the one that gets the most mileage, I guess you could say.
Wow.
And of course.
And then my travel doll is Victoria. I named her because I love the name Victoria and I don't like my own name. So I was like, well, I'm going to give her a cool name. So
what's wrong with Debbie? I think she looks like a Debbie.
That's funny. Well, that's good, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. We call her Victoria.
She's sweet. Do people bring their minis? I guess people do bring their minis to convention.
Yes. Usually I encourage my table to bring their minis to every table event, dress for the event, because like the first night is camping, the second night is road trip, and then the third event is yacht club. So you could bring your doll dressed as like a nautical theme. And then the last night is first class. So you could bring your doll dressed as a stewardess or something like that. And I really encourage that because it's so fun to see everybody else's dolls and what they dress them in. And we're all playing Barbies at the table, which is wonderful.
It sounds so much fun.
It is so much fun.
I'm still hoping I'm going to get some sort of like somebody canceled because I'm on the wait list. I'm still like,
oh, you are on the wait list?
I've been on the wait list for years.
You will get in eventually, I swear. Because I've skipped conventions here and there and still got back in. So it is possible.
I've heard once you skip, it's kind of hard to get back in. So do you guys see a lot of couples there?
There's some husband and wives. Like a lot of husbands will go. Like one of the girls at my table, her husband goes, but he doesn't actually attend the convention. He'll be there. You know, we'll go out to dinner or whatever with them, but he kind of goes golfing and does his own thing. But there are some couples that go together. Like there's another 3D printing couple that goes every year. And we like hanging out. We talk to them a little bit. Like we're not like great friends or anything, but him and Flip will talk about 3D printing and I'll get all geeked out about that.
When we start working on stuff, I think it's kind of interesting because like when we start working on stuff, we'll show them to friends and stuff like that. And we'll take them to our club meetings and just kind of like tell people to pick things apart. Like, what don't you like? What do you like? Stuff like that. And when we were first working on the fashion shop, like I sent one, Mike Dawson was the first one to get one and he played around with it. And he made some really interesting observations, like the mannequins. It's kind of hard, very shiny, but anyway. But that had like a little ridge on here that I put on here to so they could look had a metal base to it. And Mike Dawson's like, you need to take that off.
Some of the clothes wouldn't fit because the ridge would show through with like a sheath dress, and you could see the ridge in there. So he's like, you need to take that off, make it smooth.
Also, he had this great idea. We have this mirror. It has blue on it. It has like a protective film on it. He said, you know what would be cool if you took the pattern from the chair and you put it on the back and make it into a dressing screen, like a double duty type thing. And that was totally his idea. And that's the thing. We love hearing ideas because we get ideas from people and it's just, it's a creative exchange and stuff. And that was fantastic.
And I mean, to get some creative feedback from someone like Mike Dawson, who's a creative
for sure.
He's got a great eye for stuff.
Oh my goodness. Definitely. Definitely.
We have this gossip bench that we made, and we'll have some of these at convention too. They came out last summer or last fall, I think. We haven't actually taken them to convention yet to sell, but Barbie can sit on the chair. She can talk on the phone. It comes with like a little kind of vintage phone book and a little pillow that has phones on it. I think I may update some with actual fabric before we go to convention because right now it's a plastic.
It's a 3D printed bench.
Yeah. Which looks like a cushion, but I might actually put on, like I do with the chairs, and put some fabric on some of them.
Yeah.
My goodness. So this is called a gossip bench?
Yes.
It's basically a dedicated piece of furniture to put your telephone on. So you could sit there and gossip. Even though
and the drawer opens too.
Yeah,
so you can
I was just gonna say, please tell me that drawer opens. Of course the drawer opens. Of course it does.
Of course, it's a piece of furniture that would make no sense today, but it's the whole mid-century mod scene.
How many pieces do you guys have that you keep for your collection? Do you keep any? And I'm assuming you do. Like, how many do you have? And then how many Barbies do you guys have?
I have probably 350 Barbies, right around there. Last time I counted. I don't know. Might be up to 400 by now.
After convention, it could be 450, but
Yeah. I keep all of the 3D stuff that we printed pretty much because I play with them. Like last year at convention, we were selling. So have you ever seen the Reading Kitchen?
The colorful one? The colorful one?
Yes.
Yes.
So I've always wanted, I don't like that it's all just one straight line, right? It's kind of like nobody's kitchen really looks like that. So we designed, I was like, I want a corner shelf for my kitchen so it makes it like an L shape instead of just straight across. So we designed that last year. And then I was like, well, what if we added another shelf? So this goes at the end of your kitchen, and then you can put more things on here. The colors kind of coordinate. They're not exact, but they coordinate with the kitchen. And it gives you more room to put like minis on, you know? So we made these last year. It was really popular. That was our big thing last year. I don't know. Every year we seem to like want to make something new.
Well, of course. I mean, I can totally understand that, especially when you see like the product and how it's coming out. Like when you see this beautiful, like the fashion boutique behind you, you're like, well, what else can we do? How can we elevate even more? And that again, that just goes to show the passion that you guys have for what you do and for the hobby itself, right? So, okay, you know what? I think it's time. I'd love to ask you questions about convention. As someone who's never been and wants to go, I heard on Beth's Live, you have been to convention 17 times.
I think this year will be 17.
Okay.
So I've been 16.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
2 of them were online conventions because the pandemic, they didn't have them in person. So for physical conventions, I guess I've been to 14. I started in 2005. They had it in Boston. And I met a friend of mine at a doll show, and I was like, hey, there's this convention going on. I really would like someone to go with. And we just hit it off. We went together. It was unbelievable. Like the first convention, you're instantly friends with 800 other people, like just like that. And you're all passionate about the same thing. The sales room opened, and I thought we were going to hyperventilate because we were just like wall to wall Barbies. Like there's everything you can think of. Like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's so cool.
And so Flip, when did you start? Have you been 17 times as well? Or
No. I've been, like she said, 4 or 5 times.
I think 4.
Yeah. But as our 3D printing business, it's become like I go there and I just run at the store basically while she runs out and
spends the
socializes
money.
and experiences the whole thing. But yeah, it's fun just because we try to set up dioramas in our room, and so people can bring their travel dolls in and take pictures. And it's just nice to see people and just chat with them. So I have just as much fun. We're just running the store. So
yeah, I'm just getting watery eyed just thinking about what you said there, like walking into a room and you're instantly friends with 800 people.
It's just crazy.
That's exactly what it is.
Walking into a sales room and you're just like, you know, like probably like heart palpitations, sweating.
Yes.
Like, all of the symptoms.
That's what I love, because like they have the sales room, like they do room sales, which is fantastic, and then they'll close that down when the convention officially starts. Then they'll have a sales room, which they basically just take over a ballroom and you set up. It's like any other doll show kind of. But on Saturday, I think it is, they open it up to the public, so the general public can come in, and I love that day because people are just. You get these little girls coming in, they're just wide-eyed. They had no idea that something like this existed, you know?
One year that me and my friend Kathy went, there were like these 2 little girls that were walking around, and they were like asking their mom for everything, of course, right? They're like, Mom, can I buy that? Mom, can I buy that? Mom, can I buy that? And like me and my friend Kathy went and got them dolls and a couple of outfits, and they were like flabbergasted. They were so excited. And Kathy and I were both like, we just made more Barbie fans.
So wait a minute.
Fun.
There's a day that's open to the public.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
I think you have to pay like $8 or something to get through the door. They charge something at the door. But yeah, you can go in and, you know, see the doll show or the doll room. Yeah.
I was going to say Texas, right?
Yeah.
Austin. It's only about 30 hours, I think.
It's just an airline flight. It's fine.
Totally worth it. And you know what it is? There's so many people in the doll community that I would love to meet in person.
Oh my gosh.
Including yourself, right? Like all the people that are going to convention that I would just love to meet in person.
I'm sure just you walking around the sales room, people would recognize you and be like, oh my God, it's Kelly and Pig.
No, they would. No,
oh, yes,
they would. So sweet. You're so sweet, guys. So you guys have been a vendor then the last few years?
Yeah, we started when we went to Orlando, Orlando was 2003. So we started selling small things in 2003 at the Orlando convention. And then we went to Palm Springs. That was the best themed convention that I've ever gone to because it was mid-century mod and it was like a mystery date. So there was like, who did the murder in the living room or the dining room? And we got so much furniture from that, like cardboard furniture, and backdrops. It was amazing.
It's a Clue.
And
it's
then
like a real life
It was
Clue
like
game.
Clue, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Clue. So every night, like you had to go around the convention and kind of like look for clues. And, it could be a doll on a display and it had like Chelsea. And then it would say, this is a clue on the actual doll. So you knew that was a clue.
So is it like Midge with the hammer in the ballroom?
Yes. And so we...
was it stole the blueprints to the Barbie dream house or something like that?
That was what the crime was. It wasn't like a murder, but my table, like a lot of people weren't really excited about it. A couple of us were. I loved it because we also are board gamers.
We're huge board gamers.
So I was like, this is so cool. And I like got all the clues together. I was missing 2 clues. One of the other table mates near me knew what the last clue was. And so she gave it to me. Then I gave it to everybody at my table because only one person at the table was going to win this mystery doll. So I wanted everybody to have a shot at the doll, even if they didn't gather the clues themselves, right? I mean, I'm the hostess. I want everybody to have the best time that they can. One of the girls at my table named Deb, she won the doll and she was like, this is not right. She's like, I can't take this doll because I didn't do any of this work. It was all you. So she gave me the doll. And this is her. So she has a little casserole dish that she brings with her. She's got the copy of the blueprints that she stole. And there's only like, I think 80 of these, maybe 100 made. So it's pretty unique.
You got to show the back of the box too. They also had like all these characters with clue cards, like type. See that.
I see the suspect card. Celeste.
Yeah, and I love the description they gave of her was like, she brings recipes to the company luncheon, but it's not her own recipes. She's passing them off as her own. Like, she's totally a villain.
She's one of those. I love this outfit she's wearing. What's on the top of the box there, Flip? There's like some cards, like red on the top.
Yeah, some more of the clue cards that you can see there. I think I got it upside down. I want to dump her out of the box.
Yeah, I don't want her falling out.
Yeah.
Suspect Celeste. What does that say? Furnishing, casserole, and then there's the...
I think those were the 3 clues you had to put together.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So that they had like during all the events, they would give another clue, and they'd have all these.
And there was like a giant checklist. So whatever was left over was the actual clue. So you were checking off all the other ones that you saw.
And the artwork was great. They had these fantastic standees that they had on the stage of all the characters and stuff. So yeah, it was really well done.
Yeah, it is very well done. That's exactly what I was going to say. And your table host again this year?
Yes.
So hold on. You're a table host. You're a customer. You're a vendor.
And a workshop teacher.
And a workshop this year. So how do you balance this? I know Flip's there to support, but how do you handle balancing all of these balls in the air?
I started in January and I was like, okay, what do I absolutely have to get done first? And I was like, I want to get my table dolls done. So I got my friends together. We had a sewing day. We made all the outfits for the dolls for the last night. And then from there, I was like, okay, now I got to put the workshop together. So I worked on that. Then I started doing stuff for the business. I still have one outfit to make that I'm giving away, which I'm currently working on. So yeah, it's just like, you put what you can do each month and just kind of work on it until the last day, and then you're ready. It's funny because a lot of people think, like, why do you put that much work into it? But to me, it's not work. It's fun. And I love giving stuff, and I just love seeing people's faces and how excited they get. And I like planning and I like thinking about that stuff. Like that makes the convention last the whole year for me. If I'm like thinking about, what am I going to make? I don't know. It's fun.
It's satisfying to you. I could see you kind of enjoy it, and that's the important part. It doesn't feel like work. How many table hosts are there?
There's one for each table, and there's I think this year's 800, and I can't remember how many guests, but there's like between 800 and 900 guests. So there's 10 people at your table.
Got it.
And so there's one host for every table. Like Beth is going to be a table host again this year too. And you have to put your name in to get picked for hosts, as it's random. But I've pretty much gotten in, except for last year. I didn't get chose, but he did because we put both of our names in. So he was the table host last year.
I was just a puppet table host. I was purely a puppet. She was pulling the strings and putting everything together. So
see, the table host gets into the convention event before anybody else because they have to like organize the table, put the gifts out, sometimes Mattel has things or the convention has things that you have to go up and get at the counter and then bring it back to your table for everybody. So you're kind of doing that. It's like your job, kind of.
Yeah.
And
So
then, making sure people have a good time.
Of course. So what are the responsibilities of a table host? You've named there a few. Does everybody get a gift? I'm assuming everybody got a free Transformer from Flip last year or the time.
No.
Yes, they totally should have.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine a guest being like,
What the heck is this?
I would get chased out probably, but
it would be funny. You're like, kidding. There's another box.
Last year we made a boutique that we set up at the end of the convention, the last night. And then there was a doll sitting in a chair and she had all these little shopping bags. And so this was the,
it's canopy. With the canopy.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm making you guys break stuff.
No, it's all right. It's all
There we
right.
go. Oh, I love how I can see you. I love how I can see you. Oh, no, we'll edit that out.
It's fine.
I love how I can see you through the window. I love how we can see you through the window. That's awesome.
There was, we had a mannequin behind it with an outfit on that everybody got the whole setup. Like the people at my table were so excited they were crying, and that just made my convention. I was like, it's just so fun to see other people like really excited about Barbie and what I'm giving them. So
as a table host, you're responsible for giving your attendees.
I mean, there are gifts. There are tables that don't give gifts. Like they're a non-gift giving table. It just kind of started like, it just started to become this thing. Like people were giving gifts to each other all night, on every night. Or like maybe one person just gives one big gift for like maybe Wednesday night. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And now like there's either gift giving tables or non-gift giving tables. I would probably never sit at a non-gift giving table because it would kill me not to be able to give anything. But it's just fun. Like there's themes so you can come up with different ideas. And then you get more stuff too. You know what I mean? Because you're like, and you don't know what other people are going to give you. It's always just whatever they feel like generous about giving,
Yeah, and the table host is really, they're volunteers basically to keep, the train on the tracks, because Barbie people love to talk and chit chat and stuff. So they're kind of there to make sure things run smoothly. Like when everybody's supposed to be sitting down at the beginning of the show or whatever, it's up to the table host to be the crack of the whip, basically, in a very nice way.
Usually at convention, there is a convention doll that is given.
Yes.
Do you guys have a favorite or any doll?
I do have a favorite. I actually grabbed her down. So this was Kansas City convention. I think it's my second favorite theme, and it was called On the Runway or Barbie on the Runway. And it kind of had a lot of vintage vibes because there was, have you ever seen the movie Funny Face with Tiffany, the girl that...
Oh, Audrey Hepburn.
Yes, Audrey Hepburn. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, she was in this movie called Funny Face. And they kind of did a lot of that movie, like was kind of the inspiration, I think, for the convention, but it was also about runway. And so this is the doll that we got, which is a super famous scene of Audrey Hepburn coming down the stairs and like throwing her shawl up in the air, and they're like capturing her picture and stuff. So yeah, I love her. I think she's just so cool. And like the this art, the graphics here are from that movie too. Like the box kind of had that design on it, the movie itself. Yeah, she's like one of my favorites.
How do you fit this all in your luggage? Plus, like, do you guys bring clothes? Do you guys just say, screw the clothes, we don't need them?
Yeah, like I usually bring an extra suitcase, an empty one, so I can bring things back. I've actually shipped home my dirty clothes before. Because I didn't want my Barbies out in the.
I mean, if you think about it, you guys are bringing a lot of stuff to hopefully they're not coming.
Have more room. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So this is the table gift that I made, which the convention book had the polka dots. So I knew that was like going to be part of the theme. And then I bought all of the sweet retreats that were, on sale at the time. And then I made these little purses that look like, I don't know, it's just a whole outfit. But yeah, this is the doll I gave away. And everybody at my table got one.
She's so sweet. I love
And she even has a little tag, like the convention tag.
It says visitors. How sweet is that?
Oh, this is really cute.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we showed you this. I keep talking about Mike Dawson, but we're really great friends. So, so he is helping us design a new business card because he's a graphic designer. So why not ask him, right? And so we were like, we want to put our dolls on the Victorian Stanley on the business card, but we want to kind of tie it in somehow to the 3D printing. So Flip was like, let's make little tiny miniature fashion shops that our dolls are kind of holding, like it came off the 3D printer and it's, ready to go. So
I just kind of printed this one on a whim, and I showed it to her when she got home from work. I was like, think of this?
Oh my God, we need to make these. This is a little tiny counter.
She's like, that's fantastic. Can I have 100 of those, please? So,
and then there's a little tiny mirror and a dressing screen and the chairs.
Oh my goodness, those chairs are tiny.
Right?
So
they're so
big
cute.
enough.
So it's like Barbie
could play with her own fashion shop.
Boom.
Yeah.
My brain just exploded. That's crazy. Are these going to be a convention as well for sale?
Yes.
Wow, guys, there's so much stuff that you guys are going to be selling. It's fantastic.
It's a constant cycle. Like, I use like an AI assistant to help me schedule everything because I'm like, these are all the things that we can print. This is how long it takes. This is when I sleep. Let's figure out the optimal way of doing this. And
you're not really sleeping right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sleep while the printer's printing, and then you gotta have to get back to it.
But we set the alarm every night at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to get up and switch the printers over, so we're not losing like 3 or 4 hours at night.
Exactly.
You guys have a newborn.
Basically.
And that's what I told the AI. I was like, pretend I have a cranky newborn in the house, and sleep's an option. So.
Oh my goodness.
We do have one more thing here, actually, which is kind of cool.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
This is one of a kind because this is a prototype.
We haven't made any of these yet.
Yes, because this is something Deb has really, really wanted, and we've toyed around with the design, for almost a year, I'd say, but I finally got it in a good place. But this is a makeup desk that we're working on, and the little drawers open up and everything.
And the mirror is real.
Yeah, it's a mirror that I bought.
I can see myself in it.
Yeah, you can see the doll shelves and the lighting back there. But anyway,
wow.
But yeah, this is something that we were working on for a while. Actually, we finally got it right.
Do those lights light up?
No, they don't.
Okay, that's okay.
That would be way cool.
That's another level, and actually that's kind of a cool thing to mention. Like with each of these projects, we're always learning like new tricks and new things and new techniques and stuff like that. So we feel like we're upping our game all the time. So it's a lot of fun, and that's really cool. But we just don't have the time to produce them in mass.
We might maybe have time to do like 5 or 6 to bring to convention.
Yeah,
but that's not a problem.
But it's pretty unique too, so I don't think everybody's going to want one. Obviously,
sure. Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite part of convention? And maybe it's hard to answer that.
Oh my gosh, the people. My friends there's some people that I only see once a year at convention. You get to see them, you get to play Barbies with them. You see somebody in line, you've never met them before, and you're instantly like talking to them like, oh my God, I love that t-shirt. And then you're like, from there it goes like crazy. You're like, what do you collect? What do you collect? And then you just start a whole conversation, and every person you meet is like that. It's amazing. Some of my other favorite things about convention is I like the competition room. There's vintage competition where you can bring like mint in box things or like Mattel produced things, rarities, and people will bring their own dolls. There's a security guard that babysits the room because of all the value that could potentially be there. But then there's also creative competition. So you can do like a diorama competition. You could do a one-of-a-kind outfit, like to a certain theme. Like I think this year I wanted to do competition, but I ran out of time. The one that I wanted to enter was Barbie Gets Her Luggage. And it's a mini diorama, so it's only 1 foot by 1 foot. Usually they're 2 feet by 2 feet. And I just had this vision of like the carousel and like Barbie's there getting her luggage and Ken's across the way getting his luggage. But his suitcase flies open and he's got polka dot underwear in there. So that was what I wanted to do, but I ran out of time. So I didn't enter competition this year. This is the first time in a long time I haven't been able to enter convention. Competition.
Yeah, you know what? You've got a lot going on. So
yeah,
maybe,
I know.
That's okay. But, if they ever did a circus theme, Flip, that's your name all over it.
I would be surprised if they don't do that eventually. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, you gotta bring your little doll there. He's got to be there.
Yeah. But I do like seeing the people too, very much so, and like just the creativity that you see there. But you also see people from, like, there's a pack of women from Australia that come every year. There's people from Japan and Spain, from all over the world. So you get to meet really interesting people. And there's people that will show up at the hotel that aren't even attending convention just to look.
Try to get in.
Well, but you're allowed to go walk around the room sales and stuff like that. I don't know if that's official or not, but it happens. And you can get just as much culture and community just from doing that.
Is there a room or a miniature or some type of furniture that you guys haven't made yet, but you want to someday? Maybe it's something big or something complicated that's like kind of on your grail item to make.
There's a lot. I don't want to tell everybody and spoil the surprises.
Okay. That's fair. I don't know if we can have a Barbie Talk exclusive, like maybe one thing.
I was thinking the other day, I was just kind of brainstorming the other day, and I was thinking, the saw the lady in half chest that magicians use. I think it's kind of cool to do that with a Barbie doll. It's like
this is getting
why don't you like that, Debbie?
I think that's ridiculous. Nobody's going to want to cut a Barbie in half.
I mean, unless they're into magic,
I guess.
Yeah, true.
Right?
But I don't think many Barbie collectors are going to be like, oh, I need that.
It's creative. It's different.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, we definitely find inspiration from all around. Like, actually, I've got one right here. Every grandma has a ceramic Christmas tree sitting on their table. Oh, and this is like a little, and we made it so you can put like a little balloon light in there and make it light up. So,
oh, sweet.
And then we actually glue in the little lights and everything. And this has been quite popular. But this is a great example of us going to convention and getting inspiration from everyday people. Like, we had those, and some lady came in and she was like looking at stuff, and I pointed out the Christmas trees, and she's like, "That's great, but what about a menorah?" And I was like, "I never thought about that." So yeah, we started designing menorahs, and I picked her brain because I knew nothing about menorahs, and I was like, "Is it okay if we do this? Can I make it hot pink? Would that be insulting?" And stuff like that. But she was fantastic, and Eva. Hey, Eva, if you're watching this. But yeah, so we made menorahs. It's a great idea because we love hearing ideas. So if you guys have ideas, hit us up.
Yeah, that's very encouraging if anybody has any ideas. And sometimes there's things we don't think of. The possibilities are endless,
Yes.
Like even the cutting the lady in the box, even that, I feel like that could fall under that circus theme, right? That's
yes.
How often are you guys disagreeing on things?
I don't know. I kind of like shut his ideas down a lot sometimes just because it's not something that I want. I always just think about, like, if I want it, I feel like the rest of Barbie Land wants it. A lot of times I'll shoot ideas to Mike and be like, what do you think about this? And he'll be like, oh my God, yes, you have to make that. Or he'll send us idea like, hey, can you guys put this on your to-do list?
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, we're both creative, so we're used to giving each other creative criticism and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I definitely let her choose the fashion side of it and like the design, the lines and stuff. And I'm more of the technical side. Like there's things in this table here that, only if I was talking to another 3D printer, you'd really realize what's going on with this. But this definitely went through a bunch of different iterations. So like I do more like the mathy side of it, and like
we actually started this year where we're going to put our logo on our pieces.
You have to put a logo. That's genius.
I know, right?
You have to put a logo.
We weren't doing that before, and we were like, why are we not doing this?
Yes.
There's two types of 3D printing, basically. There's resin and there's filament. Resin is liquid plastic, and that's cured with UV light, and that's used for like making like little miniatures or like fine details. Like if you want like something that's wearing like cloth or something like that for like gaming miniatures. But this is filament. Think of it like it's like plastic going through a hot glue gun type thing, and it just goes and goes and goes and builds things up. So we used to do a lot of resin printing, but we've moved on to filament because the technology has really ramped up to the point where we're getting the quality that we like.
Yeah. And we wanted bigger pieces, which I guess you can do with resin, but it's a lot easier with filament.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about 3D printing, that's for sure. I'm assuming it takes up a lot of space, is it not? Is it not huge?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, 3D printing is almost akin to Barbies. Like, if you get one in the house, you're going to end up with like 28 more. Because we started out with one little printer that I was playing around with to make board game miniatures, actually. And then I got another printer, and then another printer. And now
we have 4 printers going pretty much all the time.
Yeah, we technically have 7 printers, but 4 of them, we've got a big wall unit where they're all living, and they all have different names and stuff. And there's little workhorses.
Are they paying rent?
They kind of are, actually.
Yeah, I guess so. If Mattel were to approach you guys tomorrow and say, hey, we want to repro a playset or a doll or both, what would you suggest that they repro? Let's say
the
doll
second dream house.
The second dream house.
Yes, not the cardboard one that came with like the door and the windows in the front. It's the second one that's more modular, and it has like a living room with like a curtain scene. It has a kitchen, and it's all like more modular. I don't know how to describe it. It's like different pieces. I don't have it.
Do you happen to know the year?
It must have been the 60s sometime because it was before mod. It's hard to find. Like, it's really hard to find. I would love to get one. I look every year at convention. I have not seen one.
What about a doll? What doll would you like to see?
A reproduction doll?
Yeah.
I would like to see them do a really good swirl. They have done a couple of good swirls, I guess. I'm trying to think of something they haven't done, but they've pretty much done maybe a standard Barbie. I don't think they've done that. The mod standard Barbie without the eyelashes. That would be a pretty doll for them to redo.
And if Mattel's watching, if they need any 3D printing, done for their businesses, flip and demonstrate. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to show you, because you were asking about the side part bubbles. I'll show you one. This is a side part bubble, and she's really pretty.
Oh,
so if you can see the hair, it's thatched. So one piece goes this way, the other piece goes that way. And that's how you can tell that it's a side part. You can style your other bubble cuts. They look very similar to side parts, but without the thatching, then it's not truly a side part. I sent her to Angie Pangie Paints. I don't know if you know her. She had pretty good makeup, but I wanted it a little bit brighter, so she redid her for me. And I just think she's stunning.
And that dress is adorable.
Yes, this is a Mike Dawson dress.
Mike Dawson design. Oh my God, Mike, you should have just been on this episode. Jesus.
Right.
Do you have a recent purchase that you made?
Yes, that's the one I was going to show you.
Yes.
So, like I said, I love American Girls. I walked into the doll show, and this lady had this doll on her table, and she was asking about half of what it would cost at convention. And then she was like, well, I could probably do better. And I was like, no, I'll pay you the full price that she was asking, because it's still a very good deal for me. She needs a bath, but that'll be after convention.
I can't believe she's showing up on camera like this.
But yeah, she's a long-haired American girl. She's so pretty.
So pretty. That's kind of where it all started, right?
Like, so for me, I was collecting a little bit of everything when I first started collecting. I had, modern dolls. I had Dolls of the World, like just different dolls, like Barbie as Snow White, or like the Bewitched dolls, just stuff that I liked. And then the Silkstones came out, and I went crazy. Like, I bought every single Silkstone that I could get my hands on as soon as they came out. I was like one of those people on the phone with FAO Schwartz trying to get the exclusives. And that's when I started liking vintage, because the Silkstones have that vintage face sculpt. From there, I just went from Silkstone to vintage. I still have a lot of Silkstones, but not as many as I did, because I'd rather spend my money on vintage.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm starting to think maybe that's where I started to be like, I need some more vintage dolls, because those Silkstones were beautiful. I have a few. I've parted with a few, unfortunately, but I do still have a few, like the Secretary, Highland Fling.
I love Highland Fling. Actually, you kind of look like Highland Fling with your hair.
I look like Highland Fling, but I wish I looked like Highland Fling.
Oh my gosh, I think so, because you got that, the streaks in your hair, and it looks like hers.
I got to tell you, one of the favorite purchases, that's Barbie related, can't really show it on here, but we went to an antique store somewhere in Massachusetts. Viewmasters, the little things where you put the reels in and chink. they had one of those in there. It was vintage, and it had the Barbie Viewmaster in there. And it had a little booklet in it with a story that you could read as you're doing through it. It was from the 60s. And these dioramas they set up for this Viewmaster were amazing. And the overarching story was Barbie did a drawing contest at her high school, and she won a trip around the world. And it shows her bursting through her living room door, and her dad sitting there with a pipe in his mouth. And, it's like, I won. And we brought it to our Barbie club, and we sat there and read the book out loud and passed it around so people could see all the pictures. But the work that they put into those dioramas back then was amazing.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they did back then that they just don't do and that anymore with anything. Materials, plastics, quality, those things.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have an item there that you would consider one of your grails?
Yes. So when Flip and I got married, we eloped, and he never really proposed. I didn't have a diamond ring. And on my 10-year anniversary, he was like, I think we should buy you a diamond ring for your anniversary present. And I was like, I don't want a stupid diamond ring.
She always said that. Like, we had simple silver bands that we both had. She always said, I don't need a diamond ring. That's just silly. You don't need to waste that kind of money on me.
But I was like, I would like a side part American Girl. So he came with me to the 50th anniversary convention in DC, and I got to pick out the doll, which I call my diamond ring Barbie now. But she is mitten in box. Well, maybe not mitten in box, but she's in box. She still has her stand, and her shoes are back there all wrapped up. I have slipped her out a couple of times. Because she comes out pretty easily. Like, you just slide her arm up and she'll come right out of the box. So I can dress her, but I'm very protective of her and mostly leave her in the box. But isn't she pretty?
She's stunning. And let's see this box too. This is the original box.
Yeah. So this is the American Girl box.
Oh my God.
And it has the graphics on the sides with all the wonderful outfits, the vintage outfits.
Oh,
and I always wanted a side part, and they're really expensive and hard to get. But yeah, she's my diamond ring Barbie.
I like that you call her a diamond ring Barbie. There's probably a lot of women who, if they're watching this, if they're not a collector, they won't understand. Diamonds are not always a girl's best friend. Sometimes Barbie is a girl's best friend.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I can understand. What are you going to do with a ring versus a Barbie, right?
Right.
Come on.
I mean, yeah.
Very true. Very true. And she's very loved. And we were it was our 10th anniversary, actually. Yeah. And we were there at the convention. And of course, there's news crews there. And there was one standing nearby when we were buying the doll. And they somehow heard that that's what was going on. I was buying this diamond ring Barbie for our anniversary. And of course, they swooped in and we were on the news that night and stuff. But yeah. Also, that's something I think we should mention. We're proud deboxers here. We'll open up stuff. She's bought fashion kits from the 60s and stuff, and that has been sealed, and we'll open stuff. So, because these things are meant to be enjoyed.
We talk about this a lot on the show, and Beth is a big advocate too for there's no right way to collect. If you said this to me 20 years ago that you opened a vintage, I'd be like, oh my God, why? But there's no wrong way. And if that's the way you collect, there should be no judgment. We all collect the way we want to collect. Yes. I have always been a box collector. I'm starting to open now. It's, sometimes a little difficult, but I'm noticing that things in a box, they start to disintegrate. It's not good for the plastic. It's not good for it. So there's some that I love the box. I want to keep it in a box. And the rest of it, was meant for a child to enjoy. And now our inner child is enjoying it, right? So I'm assuming then that for your 10th wedding anniversary, Debbie, you obviously bought Flip an Optimus Prime. Is that what happened?
Actually, my favorite Transformer is Springer. He's a triple changer. And yes, she did buy me a mint Springer one year. For
very
Christmas.
Nice.
It was, nice. It was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Very nice. Thank you both so much for joining me today on Barbie Talk and sharing your creativity, your collection, the teamwork that you guys share, the imagination behind Flip and Debbie Create. It's so inspiring to see how much artistry and passion goes into the stuff that you do, the tiniest little details that you guys, put together in your work. Even those tiny things, it sparks a lot of joy for collectors. And it's been so joyful for me to just be in your aura and looking at all the things that you guys have created together. Your work truly reminds us that Barbie's about storytelling and bringing imagination to life. So thank you so much for being on Barbie Talk.
Thank you, Kelly. It was really, really fun.
Thank you. And right back at you. You know, you're shining a light on the fantastic community. So we really appreciate that too.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. This is why I do it, right? Is to meet people and learn and share all of that with all the Barbie lovers around the world, right? So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
It's amazing how one doll can make even the smallest details feel magical. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you love all things Barbie. And if you enjoyed this episode, click here to see one of my other episodes. Thanks for watching.